This is part 2 of spots I bet you haven't skated in Skate. But before we get into today's spots, I want to talk to you about part 3 because I need your help. I created a channel on my Discord called Skate Spot Suggestions, and I want your underrated, underskated spot suggestions. Drop either a clip or a photo of that spot, and I will show it in part 3 of this video, give you a shout out, and I will skate your spot on the video. Now let's get to today's underrated spots that you probably, very likely, but also maybe you have skated or haven't skated. Let's just get into it. Okay, so for our first underrated spot, it's one that I'm actually a really big fan of. I was skating this just the other day, and it's just up here in the, what is this? The SV News Plaza or something? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. City News Plaza. And it's just up on this ledge right here. And there's a couple different versions of this because there's another one there that doesn't have the pillar. You've got this really nice ledge to drop into the ramp. Oh, that was so nice. That was so nice. Yeah, I really like this spot. That was... Why was that so slow? That thing needs waxed, man. If ledges and stuff had like a little bit more resistance, and then in order to get them like slippier, you could actually wax them. That'd be kind of a cool feature, but probably a pointless feature, to be honest. Oh, it's nollie flip, front crook. Let's try and get like one more trick, maybe going this way. Oh man, so nice. And then off this. Alright. But like I said, there's a couple variations of this spot because there's pretty much an identical version over here. This one, they forgot to put the pillar on it or something. Maybe this was an artistic choice. I don't know. Okay, so this spot doesn't actually have the pillar. So you can like kind of go all the way around it. There's a little wally to 50. I'll take that. That was pretty cool. Damn, we got Joe doing some parkour here. That's so much fun. I love skating out like that. Joe, come back. Joe. The second spot is here, which is, again, up on top of a ledge. There's a theme of, like, skating on top of ledges to find these spots. But you have this cool little out ledge here, which is very nice. All right, I want to get a hard flip, back tail. Oh yeah, that was nice. All right, we'll get one more trick on this. Nice front shove, back crook, but it's time to move on here. A little honorable mention that maybe doesn't get skated much are these things here, these like little pillars in the car park just underneath that spot. Pretty fun. Just get some nice little doubles. Okay, so that brings us to here, which has quite a lot of kind of underrated spots. Oh, that was actually really clean. The annoying thing about this spot is there's a massive speaker in the way. And then right across from there, we also have this spot. And I think there was a challenge at this place originally. Maybe like in season 1, there was a challenge. You know, it's pretty hidden away. And then hit this gap here. I like that a lot. That's really cool. Get some cool kind of tech shit on it. Like that. That might be cool to you. It might not. Who knows? Who cares? It's cool to me. Definitely tapped on that manual. Oh! Tray flip to feeble on a curve. That was so cool. What is he possibly planning? Now that's actually a pretty sick spot. Anyway, the other spot I wanted to show you guys is right here. It's this really cool ledge to like slanted mani pad. I love this thing. I skate this thing quite a bit. Get really tech with it. Like, I love that. That's so cool. This one is seriously fun. I highly recommend checking this out. I mean, I just love stuff like that. Oh, that's so sick. Oh, I mean, come on, it's so nice. I love this spot. Anyway, on to our next spot, which is right over here. Isn't it so convenient that I have so many spots so close together? It's almost as if I planned this. I start up here, and you have this rail right here. Completely missed. Okay, there we go. In hindsight, this spot kind of sucks. If you can get something good in that, definitely send it to me on Instagram and I will share it on my story. Roll down here and hit this rail. Tag me, I'll share it on my story on Instagram. That's a cool way to skate that. Very fun. Oh! Ooh, little rail here. Now, this one I actually haven't seen before. Can we get this? Oh, that's sick. Ooh, that's really cool. Just look how aesthetically pleasing that is with this spot going through the middle of the tree and the lamppost. So nice. I could tell this spot's going to be a popular one from today's video. I think people are really going to like that one. I just know when a spot really hits, and that one definitely hits. Another little, like, secret rail here, sort of. You can gap the rail. And then hit the ledge. Oh, that was so nice. Where am I supposed to go? There we go. So this one requires a bit of speed to get. Gap to ledge, need a little bit more speed than this. Hoi! Okay, not quite. It is very, very possible. Yes! Okay, we did kind of gap the entire bank, but I think it looks nicer if you land in the bank. But it's quite a big gap to ledge. I like it a lot. Okay, we're heading to a spot that you guys have seen me. Why is there just a random coffee cup there? You guys have seen me skate this before in a video. I think it's appropriate for this type of video because it definitely is underrated. And it's this little stair set and rail setup we got here, because there's a few different ways to hit this thing. Little sloppy or right on grind, if you will. And then you can hit this kind of out rail. Hit this rail onto the ledge. And you've also got this cool little, like, quarter pipe thing here that you can go into, which is pretty cool. Why can't I climb up this? There we go. Nice little feeble. I can't guarantee all these spots actually being good, but I can guarantee at least they haven't been skated before. Okay, heading over to the Brooklyn banks. So there's some cool ways you can go into the bank, and there's a truck in the way. I love to do this, like a little slappy, and then pop over into the bank. That is so much fun. That was really steezy. Gap to ledge like that? Never skidded it like that before. That's new to me. And then, boom, that was nice. This spot I really like. It's this gap to bench, and it actually gives you a good little bit of run up as well because you have this out ledge. And then little gap to bench. Very nice. And then you got a pretty cool little line spot here as well. You've also got a little, like, hidden slappy ledge. Let's get into, like, a slappy on the ledge. Pop over to the bench. Yeah, so nice. Are you serious? I suppose that's a trick in itself, eh? I just want to pop over the rail at the end. There we go. So there's actually quite a lot of these, like, rails and ledges around here. Let's just set a marker here, and then we should be able to just ride onto this rail, yeah. Oh my god! Okay, so this is a cool line spot, so if we can just ride on there, and then... Okay, another way to actually skate this is gapping off this down the flat, because for some reason there's just this massive piece of concrete here. I guess yeah, it's just kind of part of the design. Makes for this nice kind of like drop. I don't know how I landed that because I hit the thing. That's pretty nice. I like that. We even got like a little drop down here, and then there's this kind of secret little spot here that I'm definitely not gonna land this. Yeah, this isn't a very exciting spot, but it's one of the spots that you'll randomly teleport to through the tunnels. I bet you like 99% of players have not even like skated this or like known it exists because it's kind of just hidden away. Okay, and to finish off, there's actually a spot up here that I want to go to. Now, I actually skated this spot back during the playtests because I remember discovering this and thinking it was a pretty underrated spot then. So this spot has been in the back of my mind for a while. I've probably got clips here. I've probably skated here in a video before, and there's a couple different ways. And it's just up here in this higher platform. There's a lot of like these rails and like big kind of drops. You can even pop up on the bench first and just gap over the rail completely. I love that. It's so sick. I see this bin. That means I can wally over there. Nice. But yeah, so this is my favorite one here, which doesn't have the best roll up. Ollie up on the bench first. And then hit it. But the main thing I like about this is landing into the hubba here. So hit the rail. And then pop into the hubba. And then roll down, trick off. So nice. Backsmith, front shove. That was pretty nice. Backsmith, hard flip out. Okay, well that is going to do it for today. I hope you found some of them spots interesting, but I myself am running out of underrated spots, so that's why for part 3 I want you guys to submit your spots. Link in description to my Discord. Under the skate category there is a skate spot suggestions. Post either a single clip or a photo, whatever you want, of you skating that spot or just of the spot itself, and if I pick your spot I will be showing it in part 3 of spots you've never skated. I'm really excited to see what spots you guys have to show me. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching as always. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.